Well, hello everyone. I'm Blair Bryant with the Steller Group.
And I'm Emily Lomborg.
And we're here for our March 2021 market update. This marks a year since we started doing this.
Yeah.
We started doing this right at the onset of the COVID lockdown.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
It's hard to believe it's been a year, but it also feels like it's been forever.
Right, yeah, it's been the longest year ever,
Yeah.
right? And we're here to provide you with real-time stats and information to give you an insight on what's happening in the real estate market, what to expect if you're a seller,
And a buyer.
and to give you some insights on what the future might look like as we move forward. So let's jump right on into it, Emily. Active listings at the end of the month, 2024, that is down 13% almost from last month, and down a whopping 58% from last year.
Yeah, last month we shared the statistic that since they have been keeping, record-keeping stats on active listings, as of last month, it was the lowest the inventory had ever been, and this is even lower. So.
Right. The average listings in February is something like 12 to 13,000 if you average it out between the last 20 years. And we're sitting at 2,000. And even more importantly, folks, we're sitting on 1,120 active detached homes in the market. That is 65% lower, which has pushed the average price of a home, a detached home in the Denver metro area, to $632,581.
That is crazy.
Right? And although that's nominally up from last month, it's only about 1% up, but we are a whopping 23% up year over year. Again, what's causing this?
You know, we talked last month a little bit about the Groundhog Day. We're doing that again this month. We're still record low inventory, still really low interest rates. People are still hesitant to go to market for various reasons. And, you know, winter, I mean, just in general, January and February can be times of the year when we have low inventory. However, that's going to open up soon with March coming.
Right, so let's talk about some seller expectations. If you are a seller thinking about selling here in 2021, we are headed into what is the most fertile time to list a house, right? March, April, May, and June is when you see a majority of homes hit the market.
Yeah.
And so we will see inventory increase. There will be that same amount of buyer pool out there. And so with that, there have become just some real volatile transactions.
Absolutely.
In the real estate market. I just want to point out that a few years ago, about 2015-16, we were seeing about 25% of homes terminate after they went under contract.
Right, exactly. And the same thing is happening now because there's such high buyer demand and so much competition. Buyers are competing. You might get 10 offers. They're outbidding each other till they're maybe $20,000, $30,000, $75,000 over the asking price. And then once they're under contract, a little bit of ink settles in about that price that they're paying.
Right, but what about earnest money? Does that go to the sellers then, or how does that work?
Well, obviously, throughout the contract process, there are various times that a buyer does have the right under the contract to terminate and walk away with their earnest money. They start looking around and thinking, although the house might be in great shape, there's $10,000, $20,000 I'd like to put into it to make it my own, and suddenly that overpayment or that over asking price amount they're paying starts to hurt.
Right, so when you're looking at an offer, we often talk to our sellers about not looking at the highest price offer, but looking at the buyer who's positioning themselves with the best terms. That's going to come to inspection. What are they writing in there for what they're going to look at? What about appraisal? Are we going to realistically hit that point? Because most of our buyers are submitting appraisal contingent offers. And I'm telling you, what I'm seeing out there right now is we are not hitting these numbers with the appraisers. So we're ending up in a place where we're having to negotiate our way through appraisal again. Folks, it's a tricky market. It's a great market. Remember, spring is here. So if you are a buyer, it's time to start really thinking about, is this the year to do this? And if so, what can we expect if you're getting into the market?
Yeah, I think for buyers who've been in the market for a while, in addition to buyers who are just jumping into the market, it's important to continue to be patient. There are buyers that have been out there competing for properties for 3-6 months, maybe 9 months. Don't give up. More and more people are getting vaccinated. People 60 and up are eligible for vaccination. By the end of the month, people 50 and up are going to be eligible for vaccination. So it's going to become more widespread. Our temperatures are, going to start increasing and becoming nicer. And so we do anticipate we're going to see a lot more homes come to the market over the next few months. So buyers, don't give up, stay the course.
Right. So your questions, what questions do you have for us when it comes to listing a house or selling a house, to buying a house? Put them in the comment section below. We'll have someone reach out to you. It is an exciting time to be a homeowner in Colorado. It kind of feels like we're on a roller coaster a little bit, and I think that the thing that we come back to over and over again is people who wait for the next year are always disappointed that they didn't take advantage of what were a bit lower prices the year before. Prices have been rising in Colorado steadily since about 2011.
Yeah, exactly. So don't sit on the sideline thinking, I'm just gonna wait for prices to go down, because we just haven't been seeing it happen and we don't anticipate that's gonna happen.
We'll see you next time.